If your iPhone footage looks like this, watch this video and I'll give you some techniques to turn this into this. So I've already done this type of video before, showing my setup and going through all the lights and just showing you what everything does. But what I did not explain was the technique behind it and why we do some things like this, you know? So if you don't know who I am, my name is Victor and I give content creators filmmaking tips and techniques to up their video game. So this lighting technique, this is just my setup, but this lighting technique is nothing special or revolutionary. I'm not reinventing the wheel here. This is basically a 3-point lighting setup. But we're gonna go through the lights. I'm gonna show you what each light of these things are doing and the psychology behind it and why I do it. Our main light is called our key light. For my key light, I have something called an Aputure 120D with the softbox. That is not necessary for all content creators, but if you want to spend that extra money, I think it is very well worth the investment. Like I said, I don't think everybody needs one, but if you are willing to spend that money, spend it. So the most important part about the key light is just making sure that you're getting an even, soft look on your face. And that's really just because of the softbox I have on this. Another reason we like to put the softbox in front of us is to get this catch light. You see, you want to always have a light reflection in your eyes that just engages the viewers. They look at you in the eyes. The eyes are the windows of the soul, or whatever the saying is. But that is really important. You always want to have catch light in your eyes, and usually that is made by your key light. But let's see what this key light does when I turn it off. So as you see, it is dark. And that key light is doing majority of the lifting. Without that key light, the whole look is off. So this is just with the key light. All the other lights are off. And this is mainly what's lighting me, and it looks good, right? We only add this other stuff to add added interest, to add depth, to add separation, all of that. If you only have one light, that will suffice, especially if you're just starting out. Like, just get you a really good light, put it on you, and let's start there. So the next light in my setup is a rim light. Usually for a 3-point lighting setup, there would be like a fill light right here, but I don't want that. This is with my rim light. It just gives me a subtle accent on my face and back here. All that this light is doing is separating me from the background. It's putting a little highlight here so I can separate myself from the background. And if we turn this main light off, the key light, you can see exactly what it's doing. And notice we have it the same color as this light back here, which in filmmaking we call a practical. This is just a Genie smart bulb that I can change to any white balance I want. With that being so warm, I also want this to be warm. Why? Just because it makes sense. And this is what we call motivated lighting. So this yellow could very well be making this yellow. That's not the case. If I turn my camera, you can see that a light is making it. And you can see a horribly taped door. I didn't think about that. Don't judge me. That's how I block the light. I just turned on another light and I splash it on this wall as blue. You don't have to splash it blue. You don't even have to have a light back there at all if you don't want to. But I like to do it because it just adds added interest. When people are scrolling every second on TikTok or Instagram, it's nice to just have a pop of color, like, ooh, blue, wow. And they stop. People start to relate the blue to me. I've had somebody comment, oh, I didn't realize it was you without that blue light. It could be whatever color you want. It doesn't have to be a color at all. Whatever you want to do is right. There's no right or wrong answers, but the main thing to getting great iPhone footage, and any phone footage for that matter, any camera footage, is to have light. You just need good light. When you are lighting your face, you want it to be soft. And there are a couple things that if you scroll through my previous videos, we do talk about how to get soft lighting. This next part of recommending lighting, I can't necessarily do that because I don't know everybody's budget. Me as a cinematographer, somebody who's just interested in video, I have a lot of lights. I have a lot of Cobb lights, Bowen mount lights. And those can range you, I mean, from the cheap end, which I do have a very cheap one from Godox, was $110. And then I have an Aputure 120D, which was more like $800. And then there's a 300D that was $1,300. I don't own that one, but you know, they range in prices. You can also get soft boxes. A lot of these videos that I've made for content creators are with cheap $50 lights I found on Amazon. So you can do this with anything. For my setup, I like to use my expensive lights because I bought them. So, you know, I don't want to waste my money. But this lighting setup will work for any lights that you have, any techniques that you have. It's all the same.